And we're back. So sorry about that. My internet just randomly went out here at my parents' house where I'm visiting for the holidays. So not sure what the heck happened there. But we are back here. I wasn't going to leave you guys hanging. So hopefully you guys will start rolling back in here. I took a screenshot of the comments in the chat that I hadn't gotten to yet. So I am pulling them up here on my phone. Guess I'll wait for some of you guys to get back in here before I start answering them. Um, but yeah, I was just starting to tell you guys at the start of the stream that I did make a pretty big trade in the listener league. I could talk about that for a little bit here while we're waiting for everyone to roll in. Basically, so yeah, I'm up against Seb in the finals. And yeah, some of you guys will probably remember Seb. He's been on a couple of our live streams on camera. He's also usually in the live chat. And yeah, so we are facing off in the finals, and it's kind of an arms race between the two of us because there is no trade deadline in this league, which is a lot of fun. I am definitely in support of no trade deadline in Dynasty, and so yeah, the fun of that is that during the fantasy playoffs, you can kind of get into this arms race with the person that you're playing against, and it's even that much more magnified in the finals because it's the last round, all the money's on the line, and it's winner take all in this league, which is also like pretty fun. So Seb and I have pretty much just been trading blows back and forth here. He makes a trade, I make a trade. He makes a trade, I make a trade. We're constantly trying to one up each other. So basically, the trade I made, and to give you the context, it's a 12-team dynasty league, start 11, super flex, PPR, and there's a tight end premium of 0.75. We also have some big play bonuses. But basically, here, I'll pull up the trade here so I remember the exact details of it. But basically, I sent away CeeDee Lamb and Harold Fannin, and I received Puka Nakua, Dallas Goddard, and an early 26th third. So let me know what you guys think of that trade. Let me know who you think won the trade. I'm starting Stafford this week and Jalen Hurts, so I get a double stack. Um, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, Seb recently traded for Dak, so I kind of like that. I don't have my Lamb points attached to Dak. Um, and I also get the leverage in the deal. I get an early third. I get 3 picks back or 3 assets back for sending away 2. So, I could definitely see Blake winning that deal in the long term. I mean, I think Fannin's a stud. Of course, we know CeeDee Lamb's a stud. But I think it could help me win a championship. And I didn't have any Puka in Dynasty. And that was kind of miserable not having any Puka all this season and especially this past week. So let me know what you guys think of that trade. Hey, we got Jacob back in here. Glad you came back here. Sorry about that internet going out there. Let's see. You say IPO saw it. I don't know. I can't even understand what you wrote there. Probably some kind of Gen Z slang. Let me know what the heck you're saying there. Hey, we got yes, Seraphim. Hey, good to see you. You say Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Shuck, or Jacoby Brissett. My opponent is playing Chris Olave. Okay. Hey, I appreciate that added context there about you playing against Chris Olave. That is always good to know because, yeah, just like I was talking about how if I hadn't made the trade I just did, I would have been starting CeeDee Lamb and my opponent Seb would be starting Dak Prescott. Of course, sometimes you can avoid that. So it's not like the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying when you have like your points tied together like that. So let's see here. Well, let's look at the matchups this week. See if we can break any ties there. But I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been red hot. I mean, Tyler Shuck has been really good. I mean, Jacoby Brissett has been awesome all season. That he's been the starter. With the exception of this past game, he finally had a down game. He is human. Nothing to panic over. Still think Jacoby Brissett is a great start in general. And yeah, let's see. The Cardinals are at the Bengals, so pretty solid matchup there. Trevor Lawrence. Who does Trevor Lawrence play this week? I believe it's the Colts. Yeah, he is at the Colts. So I mean that sounds like a high scoring game to me. And then Tyler Shuck is Here's how the Shuck play. Saints play, at Tennessee. So that's a good matchup. Yeah, I would just go with your best player here. I mean, they all have pretty good matchups this week. I think your best player is Trevor Lawrence. He's just been so red hot. That offense is on fire. Sounds like a great game environment against the Colts. We saw the Colts just have the shootout with the Niners. I could see them having the shootout with the Jags. The game's in Indianapolis again. It's in Lucas Oil. So hey, let's go for a second shootout 2 weeks in a row here. I would fire up Trevor Lawrence. And yeah, I wouldn't worry, too much about the Chris Olave thing. Well, yeah, I guess you wouldn't have to worry about it if you saw Trevor Lawrence, um, but yeah, I guess that's that much more reason to go with Trevor Lawrence there. But I do think he's the best start, and it's a great matchup. So yeah, there's absolutely no reason to bench Trevor Lawrence there. But yeah, I mean those are two other good QBs this year. Even though they're not the biggest name brands in the world, but they still have been really good. Um, yeah, but let me know what you think about that dynasty trade. Let me think. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been fun having no trade deadline. Let me think about the other trades that I've made just in the past couple days here. Oh yeah, so I also traded for Stafford. So now I have the Stafford Puka stack. I think that'll be pretty fun to have those two playing on Monday night. So no matter what I'm down by, I got to think that Stafford and Puka will give me a pretty good chance to come back. Um, but yeah, what did I? Okay, yeah. So for Stafford, I sent uh, let's see, 26 second, a late 26 second, and then just like a random 28 second. And I got back Matthew Stafford, Tyreek Hill, and a 28 fourth. So let me know what you think of that trade as well. Um, let's see here. And then, yes, Seraphim says Detroit defense, Saints defense. I'm leaning toward Detroit with the Max Brosmer start. Last he started, Seattle racked up 20 plus points. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you gotta fire up the Lions defense. I don't even care that it's in Minnesota. I mean, Brosmer was so god awful in that one game he started. Um, I mean, I don't expect it to be much different here against the Lions. So yeah, I mean, the Lions have absolutely got to be the best streaming defense this week. Let's see, the Saints defense. Yes. Okay, so they play the Titans. Does seem like the Titans are coming out a little bit. I mean, we've seen like Tony Pollard come to life the past 3 weeks. We saw Tajay Spears come to life this past week. That didn't surprise me either. I wish I had been on camera for that Saturday night stream, but if I was gonna make like give you guys like a list of some sneaky starts for the week, and Tajay Spears was one of those running backs. So I'm mad I didn't get a chance to say that. I guess I could have said it on the Sunday stream, but I don't know. It was an hour before kickoff, and no one asked about Tajay Spears, and I guess I just didn't have time for it. But it does seem like the Titans' offense is coming to life a little bit. Chigo Conquo also had a pretty big game, at least in tight end premium, scored a touchdown. I think he had like 8 targets. I'm actually firing him up in the listener league as of right now, because unfortunately I don't feel great about starting Terry McLaurin with the Commanders being on third string quarterback Josh Johnson. Let me know if any of you guys are grappling with whether to start Terry McLaurin this week. Let me know if there are any Terry McLaurin owners in here. I don't feel great about starting him. I know it's a great matchup against the Cowboys, but man, he's hard to trust right now. Travis Kelce's hard to trust. I also have him in the listener league, and I got him on the bench right now. Though it might be Kelsey's last home game in Kansas City potentially. So does he get the Taysom Hill treatment? We saw with Taysom Hill that he got like a million touches this past week because it was I didn't even realize it ahead of time, but it's probably going to be it was probably his last Saints home game. So they gave him every opportunity he wanted to touch the ball, and he had a big game. He's actually a sneaky pickup if you need a tight end. Like look at Taysom Hill. Actually, there's some decent streamers for tight ends this week. Jake Tongs is another good one. Kittle got banged up in that matchup. Tongs was really good earlier in the season, filling in for Kittle. It is tricky with them playing in the Sunday night game, but worth a pickup if you're desperate at least. And let's see what else. I mean, Elijah Higgins came out of nowhere, had a big game for the Cardinals. He outscored Trey McBride. That was pretty insane. I must have had a premonition about that because no joke, I'm not even making this up. I picked up 4 shares of Elijah Higgins in my 12 dynasty leagues uh, right before the game started last week. I picked up 4 shares of Elijah Higgins, just kind of on a whim. I mean, probably part of the reason was that I knew the Cardinals play the Bengals this week in Week 17. Look, I was looking ahead a week, and I just figured, hey, if there's a Trey McBride injury, Elijah Higgins has looked pretty good when he's been in there, and hey, maybe it'd have a little trade value. So, I mean, you'd have to be pretty desperate to count on that happening again. It's not like McBride got hurt, but hey, if you're in a really deep league or you're really desperate, I mean, it seems like every tight end goes nuts against the Bengals. I mean, even like Dawson Knox, went crazy against the Bengals, and I think even Kincaid was healthy in that game. So hey, you never know. If you're really desperate in a really deep league, you could look at Elijah Higgins, but probably more realistically, I'd be looking at Taysom Hill and Jake Tongs as potentially a couple nice streaming options. At least if Kittle misses this game for Tongs. Uh, but either way, I mean, Taysom Hill is probably a pretty interesting start this week. I mean, we'll see if his usage continues. He is on the road in Tennessee, so obviously it won't be his last home game. But man, I mean, the Saints don't have like any running backs left. They pretty much just use Taysom Hill as their running back. He also caught passes. I think he also threw a touchdown. Um, even when they were up big. So yeah, Taysom Hill is pretty exciting as a streaming tight end this week if you need one. Back to the live chat here. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, Seraphim says facing CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Chris Olave. I'm starting JSN, Chase. I assume that's Jamar Chase. And contemplating between Jamison Williams or Drake London, who has the edge. That's an interesting one. Okay, yeah, I think you asked the same question last week, and yeah, that was a tough one. I probably said, I mean, neither of them had a big game, so it probably didn't matter too much. And hey, you're still alive here, so I'm glad whatever we said it didn't cost you. I'm assuming I probably said like London by a hair, but I think Blake said Jamison Williams, and I basically said like, okay, I won't argue with you too much. I mean, Jamison Williams is one of my favorite receivers in the NFL, so I do think he was probably the safer play last week. But yeah, London did play. He wasn't that great. Um, Last I saw, I'll pull up his stat line right now, but I think he just had like a few catches. Not sure how many snaps he played. I'll look at that right now. Let's see here. Pulling up his player card here on Sleeper. London. Let's see what we got for him. I mean, yeah, it was a pretty pitiful stat line that I recall. All right, so he had okay, he played 69% of the snaps, so that's less than he normally plays. He's usually, 85 to, 100% of the snaps, basically. So he only played 69% of the snaps, so he was a little limited. He did get 8 targets, which, isn't terrible. I mean, it's not amazing by London's high standards, but 8 targets isn't bad, especially for only 69% of the snaps. He only caught 3 of them, though, only for 27 yards, no touchdowns. So, yeah, it was a bad game. I wouldn't be afraid to fire him up though. I mean, he gets the bad game out of his system. Hopefully, he kind of shakes off the rust. Hopefully, they'll ramp him up this week. Play his full allotment of snaps. He even gets an extra day to recover because the game's on Monday night. It's home against the Rams. It's indoors. That game is going to be a shootout. I mean, that's part of the reason why I just traded for Puka and Stafford in the listener league. I'm a big believer in that game. I had the same gut feeling about Colts Niners, and I'm feeling that now about Rams Falcons. I could also put Jags Colts in that category a little as well, but I'm feeling Rams Falcons even more. So yeah, I would absolutely fire up Drake London. It's a green matchup on Sleeper. You're definitely not scared of the matchup. Yeah, I mean, I would fire up your Rams and Falcons this week. So yeah, absolutely. I would start Drake London over Jamison Williams. Like I said, the Lions historically don't play that well in Minnesota. Now, I'm not saying like bench all your Lions or anything. I still think, in most cases, like you're gonna start like your stud Lions players. In most cases, you're gonna start Amon-Ra if he's healthy. In most cases, you're gonna start Jamison Williams if he's healthy. You're gonna start Gibbs everywhere. Goff is at least like a solid start. I think the Lions defense is a great streaming start. Lions kicker probably isn't a bad start. I'm not an expert on kickers. Um, but yeah, I would start London over Jamison Williams personally. And I don't know. if Amon Ra is out, like maybe does that give JMO a boost because he's gonna get more targets? I guess that'd be the one caveat. If Amon Ra is out, I mean, you could talk me into JMO, but even then, I still think I'd probably just play London. I mean, he's just like too good, too much upside. Love the matchup. I would still lean London. Great question though. And then yeah, okay, and then you add PPR, so it's a full PPR league. Yeah, that's kind of what I was assuming. But yeah, thanks for adding that clarification there. That's always important to know. So yeah, that doesn't change my opinion though. That's kind of what I was assuming anyways. Um, yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. We just got a couple people in here. Yeah, we probably lost a little of our momentum there when my internet randomly went out and the stream ended. And it is pretty late here. I mean, it's like 4:17 a.m. So probably not going to stay on too much longer. But just wanted to jump on here for a little bit and yeah, say what's up and see how you guys did in your matchups and see how all the recommendations went and wanted to let you guys know a little bit about how my matchups went. Okay, yeah, and yes, Sure FM says, and yes, I rolled with Jameson last week. Laughing emoji. Thanks for answering my questions. I must be heading off to sleep. Have a good Christmas, bro. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Merry Christmas. Glad you're in the finals. And yeah, yeah. Good to see you here tonight. And yeah, might see you tomorrow. I might be live streaming again tomorrow. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air because it's Christmas Eve. But hey, I'm up for it if you guys are. I had set a like goal on the stream before we got interrupted. I was just asking for 10 likes to do another live stream tomorrow on Christmas Eve. I don't know. I'd have to check on that. I think we got like 6 or something like that, and then I see we have like 1 right now. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I'll try to live stream tomorrow night if I can. Hopefully, some of you guys will tune in, even though it's Christmas Eve. But hey, we still got to set our lineups. Like we still got to win some fantasy championships. We're not going to neglect things now. I mean, hey, this is it. Like we've been waiting all season for this. I mean, if you play Dynasty, we've been waiting all year for this. This is what it all comes down to. So, yeah, we don't want to slack off here, even on Christmas Eve. We got to grind and make sure that we're staying on top of things, setting our best lineup. So I will definitely help you guys do that tomorrow. Um, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. I mean, if you guys, if you have any last second question here, feel free to drop it in the chat. But yeah, I'm probably gonna sign off in a minute here. But yeah, definitely drop a like on your way out if you would be so kind. Of course, make sure you're subbed if you're not already. And yeah, leave a comment on the replay of the live stream. If you have any start sit questions, you can leave them there. I will try to answer those. But actually, an even better place to ask your start sit questions is our Discord. So I will put that link in the description as soon as the live stream ends. So yeah, definitely join our Discord. We're building a fun community over there, just like we are on YouTube here. So it's kind of just an extension of that. It's a good place to ask trade questions, ask start sit questions 24/7. It's definitely getting more and more active over there. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun kind of having a place for everyone to kind of congregate even when we're not live streaming. So check that out. It'll be in the description. I'm putting it in there right as I end the stream here. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And I will probably see you tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you have the notification bell turned on. You'll get alerts anytime we go live so that you don't miss a stream. And yeah, good to see you all tonight. Oh, hey, let's get it back in here. Hey, I was just about to sign off, but hey, good to see you back here. Hey, let me know if you have any questions here. I could stay on for another few minutes if you'd like. Hey, we got 3 in here now. We got a couple likes. So hey, we're getting some of our momentum back here. Hey, we might have a second wind here. You caught me just as about to hit end live stream, but hey, I'll stick around for you guys. Let's get it. Says, would you start Parker or BTJ? Okay. Yeah, so we're back to that question. Oh, also, yeah, I could even pull up. I took a screenshot of the questions that I hadn't gotten to yet in the last stream, like when it was ending. So if you had anything there, I could see it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here, I'm seeing this comment from you. Let's get. You said the dude I'm facing in the finals made it starting dart. LOL. He only won because of Olave. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Olave went nuts. Had his best game of his season, probably the best game of his career, fantasy wise. But that's crazy that he made it in spite of Dart. I mean, that is really hard to do. Um, but let's see. Okay, so yeah, back to the question of Parker Washington versus Brian Thomas. Man, okay, so it's against the Colts. Gosh, that is a really tough one. God, these are the hardest questions. I swear, these damn Jaguars receivers. But hey, we're gonna figure this out here. I mean, what would I do right now? I mean, I guess like my default cowardly answer is just start Brian Thomas. I mean, I don't know. It could be a little dangerous, like chasing the Parker Washington points. I do think that was probably a little more matchup based. So I don't know if that's a situation where you want to just like chase what happened last week. I feel like this is probably more of a week where it could probably go Brian Thomas's way. I mean, the Colts couldn't cover anybody last week. So, if the outside corners on the Broncos were able to lock up Brian Thomas a little bit, they went to Parker Washington in the slot. I think Brenton Strange even had a big game. So I think that's just kind of like what the matchup for the against the Broncos defense kind of dictated. But I doubt that's going to be the case this week against the Colts. It doesn't look like they have. I mean, based on what I saw Monday night, it didn't look like they had anyone in that secondary that could like cover anybody. So yeah, let's fire up Brian Thomas. Like let's go with the name brand here. I feel like he's due for a big game. I feel like the matchup suits a big Brian Thomas game. So yeah, we're gonna I say let's fire up Brian Thomas. And then you say Myers is for sure the start. I think. Yeah, I think I would agree. He's just been so good and consistent. Tough to argue against that. And then you say, I mean, Thielen is on there. LOL. Okay, yeah. So you're saying Adam Thielen's on waivers? Yeah, I mean, he had an okay game. Like, let's pull up his stat. Of course, he comes to life against the Lions, right? I mean, I swear to God, that happens. So many times over the years, we see players come to life against the Lions. I mean, Jalen Warren went nuts. I mean, he had his biggest game of the season kind of out of nowhere. Although, I mean, I'm not too surprised because I had just traded for him in a couple dynasty leagues, and I just kind of had a gut feeling that the Lions might struggle with a quick, shifty running back like Jalen Warren. I've seen it too many times over the years. Yeah, let's pull up Adam Thielen stat line from the game against the Lions here. Okay, just had 4 targets, caught all 4 of them for 49 yards. Okay, no touchdowns. Only played 43% of the snaps. Scored about 9 fantasy points there. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about Adam Thielen on waivers. Yeah, you can safely leave Adam Thielen on waivers. So yeah, I think you're probably starting 2 Jags receivers. I just don't think there's yeah, hey, I don't think that there's just no way around it. It's just your lot in life, or at least for this season, to be having to start these Jags receivers. But hey, it's worked out to this point. Hopefully, it gets you to the finish line. And hey, I mean, maybe Brian Thomas will come up with his best game of the season for the best possible time here. And yeah, Jacoby Myers has been so consistent. And hey, Parker Washington is at least a nice handcuff. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to start all 3 of them. So yeah, I probably wouldn't flex Parker Washington if you're also starting Brian Thomas and Jacoby Myers. But hopefully that works out. And then you say, am I crazy for considering Mac Hollins? I mean, I wouldn't say crazy, but it does sound like a bit of a reach. I mean, I low key kind of like Mac Hollins, but man, I mean, fantasy championship, I definitely don't want to be starting Mac Hollins if I can avoid it. I definitely don't want to be chasing his points from last week. I mean, he's been decent over the last handful of weeks. I mean, I'll pull up his game log here. I mean, I own him in a couple dynasty leagues. I haven't been starting him. He's kind of just lived on my bench, just kind of just clogging my roster. He's a decent like desperation play. So I mean, if you had some injuries to your Jags receivers and you had to throw them in there, like, hey, you could do a lot worse. Definitely wouldn't hate it in that scenario, but um, I think you could probably do better than Matt Collins in the finals here. Also, I don't really love the game environment. It's at the Jets. I mean, the Jets are pretty bad. Like, I don't think the Patriots will have to, throw the ball too much to keep up with them. So, not saying like Mac Hollins couldn't have a good game, but I wouldn't really bet on it. Like, I mean, how often does Mac Hollins have like 2 good games in a row? I mean, probably doesn't happen too often. So I would not want to be bet on a second good Mac Hollins game in a row in my fantasy championship. Like I'll go down with my Jags. I'll go down with Brian Thomas and Jacoby Myers and double stack with Trevor Lawrence. You know, I think it's just what we got to do. But hopefully that will work out. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that you've been having to do that, but but yeah, even crazier that you made it here. So just keep riding it. And then you say, well, at this point, my team is one of those teams where you hope the QB and running backs and tight end Bowers make up for the receivers, and then you got a sweating emoji. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, not every team that like ends up in the finals is going to be like the most like loaded, stacked, goaded team of all time. I mean, sometimes a lot of times you're still going to have like a weakness or two. So not the end of the world. And hey, I mean, the reality is like the best team doesn't always win the championship. Um, and yeah, no slight to your team or anything. I mean, you got some great players on there. You got Gibbs, you got Bowers. So yeah, hopefully they're enough. They're enough to carry you over the receivers not being the greatest. But I mean, who knows? I mean, if Trevor Lawrence goes off, like maybe you get a couple big performances from a couple of those Jags receivers. So definitely not the worst thing in the world. And like I said, I mean, this Jags offense. I mean, if you had to start a quarterback and two receivers on an offense right now, I mean, the Jags would probably be one of the better ones to do it. So, I mean, they've just been so hot. So, yeah, I really don't mind riding the Jaguars offense, even if it doesn't feel like the greatest thing in the world, just because, like, Brian Thomas has had a disappointing season, and, Jacoby Myers has never been like a sexy name. He's always been kind of like the boring, productive slot receiver. But I mean, I think they can get the job done. I mean, I really think Colts Jaguars could be like really high scoring. So that's definitely a game like I don't mind having a few players in. So I don't know if you have any Colts on the other side of it. I don't think I remember any Colts being on your team, but yeah, I just bet on the Jags. Okay, and then let's get it. Says he's even won games for getting to start some players. Oh, good lord. Yeah, it doesn't like every redraft league like have at least like one manager like that. I mean, sometimes even you see it in a dynasty league, although it's not quite as common as it is in redraft leagues. But yeah, you definitely get some of those casual players, or just that guy that gets busy with life, and or maybe just loses interest in his team. Um, but I mean, he shouldn't though, because I mean, he's ended up in the finals. But yeah, that's wild that he's like forgetting to set his lineup sometimes, and like somehow just sort of like stumbles into the finals. So hey, hopefully you have an easy matchup. Maybe he'll even forget to set his lineup this week. I mean, that would be crazy. Maybe get an easy win. Yeah, maybe he leaves a hole in his lineup because he doesn't, remove a player that's injured or something like that. So hey, you know, we'll take the championship win any way we can get it, right? So that would definitely not be the worst thing in the world there. Um, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. Still got like three people in here. It's crazy late right now, but yeah, definitely drop me a like if I answer your question or if you're enjoying the stream. And yeah, I'll probably try to do another stream tomorrow night. I had a light goal, but that's kind of out the window because my internet went out for a moment and I had to like restart the stream, so screwed everything up in terms of the light goal. But I'll probably just give it to you guys. Hey, I mean, this is the finals week. We can't be messing around here. Yeah, we got to make sure our lineups are in order here. Okay, let's get it. Says, yeah, man, the guy I'm facing has Jonathan Taylor, Javante Williams, Chris Olave, and McBride. Won't be easy, but let's get it. Hey, I see what you did there. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, those are definitely some good players, but I mean, JT is cooled down. I mean, Javante's still been solid, but he's banged up. I mean, who knows if he even plays? And if he is out, maybe that manager doesn't even remember to set his change his lineup and get an injured Javante Williams out of there. So hey, you might be facing a team with a goose egg at RB2 there. That would be pretty sweet. Yeah, Alave and McBride. Yeah, those guys are pretty tough. I mean, yeah, McBride finally has a down game, but I mean, I assume he'll probably bounce back this week. It'll be interesting to see how Alave follows up that massive performance from last week. And then let's get it. Says, yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, my pleasure. And then you say, good luck with your teams too. Yeah, thank you. I had 6 playoff matchups last week, and 4 of my teams won. I mean, it was a nail biter and a sweat down to that Monday night game. Oh man, I mean, like in the listener league, I was up against Blake, and when Blake had both Purdy and CMC, he had the stack. When they connected on that second touchdown in the fourth quarter, I mean, I thought I was cooked. I was up by 1 point at that moment. And there was still like a few minutes left in the game. Like I thought there was like no way I was going to hang on somehow I did. Oh, Purdy throws the interception, and that basically clinched it for me. So man, was that a nail biter? But that was a lot of fun. I mean, hey, like that's what fantasy is all about. You gotta love that Monday Night Sweat there. That was a really fun game. Um, yeah, I also did. I also won another matchup by 1 point. So yeah, I beat Blake by 3. I won another matchup against Randy by 1. And then I did lose a pretty meaningful matchup in this league's called Blood, Sweat, and Beers. It's actually the league I met Blake in a few years ago. And I was hoping I was going to get to play Blake in the finals in that league, but Purdy knocked me out. It was just too much to, Purdy led the comeback. I had Kittle, and Kittle was holding Purdy off for a while. And I had a lead going into the game, but then of course Kittle gets banged up, and I knew when they said Kittle was questionable to return, I was just like, oh man, I'm cooked. So end up losing by I think it was like 3 points. I mean, it was like nothing. It was like 2 or 3 points I lost by. Actually, no, it was 2 points. I lost by 2 points. So yeah, I was cooked by that last Purdy touchdown to an uncovered CMC. I was just sick watching it. But hey, I won the other two close matchups, won 4 out of 6. So yeah, I got 4 teams in the finals. So yeah, very happy about that. So I'm definitely excited. Probably the most teams I've ever had in the finals, because I mean usually I don't have usually I'm not usually I don't have like a dozen dynasty teams like and a redraft team. So this is the most leagues I've ever had this year. So yeah, it's been a lot to manage, but it's been fun. Let's see. Okay, let's get it. Says that's insane. That Purdy threw that INT made me sweat myself. Oh yeah, I mean it was just such a dramatic game, and particularly as it applies to all these fantasy matchups. I mean, I have to think that the vast majority of matchups like were decided by that game. I don't know. I mean, that's the way it feels like. I mean, most of my matchups were decided by that game. I mean, there were just so many fantasy relevant players in it that just about any matchup it seemed to have like 1 or 2 players in it. So definitely seemed like a lot was decided on that game. And there were so many big performances from Purdy and CMC and who else had the big? Oh, Kittle had the big performance. Alec Pierce had a big game kind of out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he seemed to have a connection with Rivers. I mean, I doubt too many people started Pierce, but hey, you never know. I'm sure some people were. And then let's get it says, oh, that's why he was throwing to Tongs. I was wondering why I saw his name in the play-by-play I was keeping up with. Makes sense. Yeah, yeah, that was really unfortunate. I mean, Kittle was having such an awesome game. I mean, I had 3 shares of Kittle going in my 6 playoff matchup, so he was huge. He was huge for me. He was going to determine a lot about the outcomes of those matchups. And yeah, I won with 2 of those Kittle teams, and then lost with the other those matchups I was just talking about there. Hey, we still got Blake in here. He says Gibbs 50 bomb this week versus Vikings. Hey, I hope so. I mean, fingers crossed. I mean, Blake, I definitely feel like you've been like, pretty cynical against your Vikings defense, and maybe not giving them enough credit, because I mean, anytime it seems like I look at the matchups for my fantasy players against the Vikings defense, it always seems to be like a red matchup. So I don't know. Like you always seem to be more optimistic about the players going against your Vikings defense, but hey, I would love to see it. It feels like Gibbs is due for a monster game like that, so I would love to see it. I mean, let me think. How many Gibbs shares do I have left alive in my playoff matchups here? I believe I have. Let's see, listener league. I have Gibbs, and where else do I have Gibbs? Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, I was eliminating Blood, Sweat, and Beers where I have them, and I was eliminating King of the Hill where I have them. And my redraft league is my team there is dead. So I guess I only have one Gibbs left, sadly. But hey, I'll take the 50 burger nonetheless. I'll be very happy with that. Let's see. And then Blake says the colors lie. I don't even know what that means. Let's get it. Says Blake, don't say those things. Now I'll be expecting this. LOL. Time to crack open the beers before the Lions game. Haha. Hey, yeah. I mean, that Lions game this past week was rough. I mean, that was like the worst I've seen the Lions play in a long time against the Steelers there. I mean, I'm glad they kind of got it together and, made a comeback at the end. I feel like they should have won. They kind of got robbed by the refs there at the end. But yeah, for most of that game, they just looked awful. So hoping they'll be better this week. I don't know if I'm too optimistic. I mean, It's not looking great for the Lions making the playoffs. They typically don't play well in Minnesota historically, so I don't know. Feeling a little cynical at the moment, but really hope I'm wrong about that. All right. Oh, you got Jacob back in here. Good to have you back. And you say Lions will find a way to lose to Max Brosmer. Good lord. I mean, talk about a new low for the Lions if that happens. You know what? I when I was just talking there about being a little cynical about the Lions now, perhaps I was not thinking the Max Brosmer factor. There is no way the Lions can lose this game. I mean, bad enough, we were getting embarrassed by the Steelers last week. It is not going to happen to Max Brosmer. I draw the line there. Lions have too much pride to let that happen. So all of a sudden, I'm feeling a little more optimistic about the Lions. I totally forgot about the Max Brosmer thing. All right, and then Blake says the line for this game should be at least 20 points. Yeah, I mean, with Max Brosmer in there, like it probably should. I mean, it probably should be at least like 14, maybe even closer to 20 points. But yeah, can't disagree with you there. Jacob says because Dan's in town. Not sure what you mean there. What am I jinxing the Lions because I'm in town now? I'm in Metro Detroit. I don't know. It's late. My brain's not really working. Probably a little slow right now. And Blake says, grab all the Lions D for redraft. Yeah, good advice there, Blake. Then you add number one D this week. Yeah, I mean, can't really disagree with it. I mean, I haven't looked at all the defenses and made a judgment about that. I mean, yeah, I mean, defense is kind of irrelevant to me at this point in terms of like starting a fantasy defense because I only have one league that starts defense. It's my home league, and my team is Dunzo. So, but yeah, I mean, hard to imagine there are too many better options than the Lions defense against Max Brosmer this week. I will agree with you on that. And then let's get it says also Dan, my opponent last week started Pittsburgh defense. Wasn't expecting him to keep the men, but man, was he right about that matchup. Didn't see that coming. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Lions were just brutal. I mean, I can't believe how bad they played. Um, yeah, so I don't know if that was like some genius move by your opponent there, or if he just didn't have a better option, or maybe he forgot to set his lineup. But yeah, I mean, you probably didn't see a ton of teams starting the Steelers defense at Detroit. I mean, definitely didn't seem like a good matchup on paper. Blake says, unless the Jets play a great D. Um, yeah, who do the Jets? Oh, Jets play the Patriots. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Patriots defense is probably a pretty good start this week as well. Playing against Brady Cook at quarterback for the Jets. And let's get it says Vikings have the best pass rush in the league. Didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I don't even think I realized that either. So yeah, probably part of the reason why anytime it seems like I look at a player that I own in fantasy going up against the Vikings, it's always the whatever sleeper, ESPN, whatever app I'm using always tells me it's a bad matchup. So and then Blake says the Vikings' entire offensive line is on IR right now. Okay, I didn't realize that. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Blake, how you feeling about like starting, Jefferson or Addison or any Vikings this week? Of course, the running backs are banged up. I think Jordan Mason is unlikely to play. I think the report is he's a long shot to play. I believe Aaron Jones is questionable. So they might be going to either Xavier Scott, who's kind of a fun little player, who's got a nice little burst and can catch the ball, looks pretty good. Or I also noticed the Vikings activated Ty Chandler from injured reserve. So if Ty Chandler is indeed active, I've always kind of liked him a little bit. I'm not sure who would be the starter between Ty Chandler and Xavier Scott. Blake, maybe you can weigh in on that. I'm assuming you'll probably say Xavier Scott, but yeah, let me know if in the scenario where Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones are both out and Ty Chandler is activated from IR, who do you think would be the starting running back for the Vikings? I mean, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, you'd have to be in a really deep league to be starting either of those guys in the finals, but I don't know. Just kind of curious. Um, and then let's get it says, oh wait, actually I skipped a comment. Let's see. Blake says, sit all Vikings unless Jefferson is your only option. Okay. Good to know. Good to have your take on that there. Let's get it says, do the Vikings still have Jared Allen and Williams for the D line? LOL. Just kidding. Hey, there's a blast from the past there. Yeah, I remember Jared Allen. Yeah, he was a damn good player. Yeah, I'm sure Blake appreciates that as well. I'm sure Blake remembers Jared Allen there. And let's see. Blake says none. Stay away. Okay. Um, uh, what is that an answer to? I'm not sure what you're answering there. Probably something about the Vikings or maybe the Vikings running backs. Let's get it says, or even John David Booty, get him back in there. My God, that is such a random name. I mean, I barely remember who that is. Is that like some random like QB for the Vikings or something? I can't even remember, but yeah, that name sounds familiar though. That's pretty funny. And then Blake says, where are you seeing them as a top option? I'm not sure who the them is referring to, Blake. And then you say top pass rushing team. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I'm not sure what stat or metric Let's Get It is looking at that indicated that. Not saying it's wrong. Yeah, I guess I probably just don't follow that kind of thing like too closely. I'm just so focused on all the fantasy relevant players, of course. But yeah, hey, we got six in here. Welcome. Good to have everyone here. Definitely drop a like if you would be so kind. And yeah, make sure you're subbed. If you have any start sit questions, drop them in the chat. I will answer every question in the chat before I sign off here. And yeah, we will probably stream again tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully some of you guys will tune in, even though it's Christmas Eve. Yeah, let me know if you guys will be tuning in for that or if I should not even bother. But hey, I'll probably at least give it a shot. We'll see who tunes in. But yeah, I want to make sure I get help get you guys all ready, especially setting your lineups for those Thursday games. So yeah, I will definitely try to stream tomorrow night. Not sure exactly what time it'll be, but yeah, I don't know. Good reason to hit the notification bell so you get alerted anytime we go live. And let's see here. Okay, let's get it says, I saw it on Instagram. Could be wrong. Some football fantasy channel. Probably fake news. Okay, yeah. Hey, you never know. I mean, I don't know what channel it was. I mean, if it was one of the more credible channels, you could probably take that as true. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, lot of fake information going around the internet in general. Blake says, okay. They blitz more than any other team. Could be something about that. Okay. And then let's get it says Vikings have jailbreak on every defensive play, probably. Okay. Um, yeah. Let me know if you have any last minute questions here. I probably should be getting to bed pretty soon here. It is 4:44 a.m. on the East Coast. I will drop the Discord link in the live chat. So if you have any other start sit questions that I wasn't able to answer, you can always drop in the Discord. But hey, we have, let's see, what is this? John Agile in the chat. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Josh. Josh, welcome. You say PPR flex, Downs, Tucker, or Sampson if active. Deep league desperation. Hey, I love it. I love getting the deep league question. And yeah, this is a good one. So yeah, Downs has been decent lately. It seems like got maybe a little bit of a connection with Rivers. And I'm assuming that's Trey Tucker, although let me know if it's Sean Tucker. But um, I think Sampson is probably the answer if he's active. I mean, I'm a big fan of Dylan Sampson. Really liked him as a prospect, and yeah, I mean, he's shown some flashes this year when he's got an opportunity. He can catch the ball. He's very slippery. He can score touchdowns. He can hit big plays. Like, doesn't seem like there's too much he can't do. So yeah, I'm a big Dylan Sampson fan. So yeah, let's fire up Dylan Sampson if he's active. I think that'd be a really fun desperation start for the finals. Like, hey, you might end up doing pretty well with that. You never know. Um, yeah, but if Sampson is not active, I think my second choice would be Downs because I really like that Colts Jags game. I think that could be really high scoring. I think we're gonna get two high scoring games in a row involving the Colts. Got the one last week with the Niners on Monday night with that crazy game, and I think we get another really nice one against the Jags. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. Okay. Anyways, back to the chat here. Okay, Jacob says
Bro Dan, when do you need to wake up? Hey, well, I don't have any plans tomorrow, so I can stay up. I can stay up pretty much as late as I want. I mean, obviously, I don't want to like throw off my sleep schedule like too much, but I've always been kind of a night owl, so I'll definitely sign off soon, but want to make sure I answer everyone's question first. And then Jacob says, like if you have some 8 a.m. commitment that's so cooked. LOL. um, yeah, no, I do. Thankfully, I do not have any 8 a.m. commitments. So yeah, I'd be a little more responsible than that. But hey, I don't always make the most responsible decisions with staying up. Sometimes I just stay up for like no reason. Uh, Trying to be better about that. But hey, this is finals week. We got to win some fantasy championships. So this is a worthy cause here. But yeah, thankfully I don't need to wake up early. So it's all good here. I mean, theoretically I could stay up as late as I want. And hey, just want to help you guys out. And yeah, definitely drop me a like if I have helped you guys out or answered your question. Okay, and then Josh says Trey. Okay, so it's Trey Tucker. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Trey Tucker. I can't imagine he did anything last week. I mean, came. Do I own any Trey Tucker? I probably own him like somewhere, but definitely not starting him anywhere. Kenny Pickett at quarterback. I mean, Ashton Genty came to life though. I mean, that was great to see. I mean, we were definitely telling everyone to play Ashton Genty this week, so that felt good. Let's see what Trey Tucker did this week, if anything. Definitely kind of a fun deep league question here. I always enjoy those. Okay, so he did have 5 targets, 4 catches, 43 yards. So yeah, as a deep league desperation play, you could do worse. Oh, it is a good matchup against the Giants. So I could see why you mentioned him now. The game is at home as well. Probably don't have to be too concerned about weather. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate Trey Tucker, but he doesn't feel great. I would definitely, prefer Samson as my favorite of those 3 choices if he's active. If he's not, I guess it'd be kind of a toss up between Trey Tucker and Josh Downs, given the matchups. I think I would still lean toward Josh Downs just because I really like the game environment of Jaguars Colts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Downs had a good game. 9 targets, 5 catches, 65 yards. And then even the week before that, he had scored a touchdown. So yeah, let's go with Josh Downs as the second choice, and then Trey Tucker's as the last choice there. But yeah, those are all like decent desperation options for a deep league. Although I guess that's kind of damning with faint praise there. But hey, you could do worse than those guys. But yeah, I like Samson the best if he's active. All right, and then we got, let's see, next up in the chat. Okay, Blake says Downs is wide receiver 1 with Rivers, if that matters at all. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like he's been the most targeted receiver with Philip Rivers. I mean that's the way it appears, anyways. I don't have like all the stats for all the receivers right in front of me. Let's get it. Says y'all think the Lions uh, over the Horsies this week though? Over the Horsies. I don't. Who are the Horsies? You mean the refs? Or the Vikings. I'm not. Yeah, clarify that for me. Maybe I'm being a little slow right now, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the horses are. T Walker says, "Am I crazy for wanting to start BTJ over Jacoby Myers or Devonta Smith? Maybe even both Jags. I feel like I need to chase a ceiling this week." Well, let's look at the matchups. So Eagles are playing the Bills. Not a great matchup, but I wouldn't worry about that too much there. Jacoby Myers plays the Colts. That's a good matchup. And of course, yeah, BTJ plays the Colts as well, of course. So would it be crazy to start BTJ over Jacoby or Devonta Smith? No, I don't think it'd be crazy. I think I think I'd personally just start Devonta Smith, but no, I don't think it'd be crazy. So if you have a gut feeling about that, or you feel like you need the ceiling, go for it. But the one thing I would caution you on is don't assume because a player is riskier that he automatically has more ceiling, you know, because that's not necessarily true. We associate the two things because the two things often correlate, but not always. That's not always going to be the case. Like sometimes the riskier player is just riskier. It doesn't mean that the ceiling is necessarily higher. I mean, it might be higher. In a lot of cases, like we see those things, associated with each other, but that's not always the case. So just be careful about that. I mean, I've kind of fallen into that trap too of just sort of like assuming like, oh well, because this player is riskier, he has more upside. But that's doesn't always logically follow. So just something to be mindful of. Um, let's see. Next comment. Let's see. Okay, let's get it. Says T Walker, welcome to the Jags Club. Oh, hey, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Then you say, I too have 2/3, two of the three Jags receivers. Welcome to the ride. Hey, I love it. That's a pretty hilarious comment there. Very very well done. Let's get it. I love it. Blake says, LOL, you came to the right place asking about the Jags receivers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you are definitely in the right place. Hey, make sure you're subscribed. This is where you belong. Like, we are the experts on start sit questions with the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers. So, yeah, you are in the right place for sure. Jacob says, at their Lions peak, David Montgomery or Joik Bell. Oh, good Lord. Okay, Jacob, not now you're just trolling. Like, I know you love to troll me, and especially when it comes to the Lions, but hey, that is a low blow there. I'm mad I even read that comment. I mean, that is just blasphemy here. So, yeah, we will not stand for any of that in the chat here. Oh, hey, we got Michael Hart in here. Welcome. Good to see you. You say, yo, what's up, brother? Hey, Michael Hart, I am dying to know. I'm sure Blake is dying to know, and heck, maybe even our viewers here are dying to know. We got to know if you listen to our advice. So, did you take our advice and start Ashton Genty over Michael Carter? And did you take our advice of starting? What was the other one? It was did you take our advice of starting Ted McMillan over? I can't even remember what receiver it was now, but it was some kind of gross receiver that you were at least considering. So I'm hoping you started Genty and Ted because I mean Genty went bananas, of course, as I'm sure you know. Ted had a good game as well, so I'm hoping you took our advice. Hopefully, the fact that you're in the live stream means you're still alive in your fantasy football playoffs, that you're in the finals, and that probably means that you started Genty and Ted. So, but yeah, hey, let us know. We're on pins and needles. I'm dying to know what you did there. Oh, Jacob says Horses equals Broncos. Okay. But didn't you ask about like the Lions over the Broncos? That doesn't make sense because the Lions don't play the Broncos this week. So I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, let's get it. Says sorry, Dan. The Broncos. LOL. Okay, but yeah, but why are you asking about the Lions versus the Broncos? I mean, the Lions play the Vikings this week, and the Broncos play the Chiefs this week. So I don't know. I'm confused. I might be slow right now. It's late. Okay, Michael Hart says I could have started the complete optimal lineup and still would have gotten smoked. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. But wait, so that sounds though, if I'm reading between the lines here, Michael, that sounds like you didn't start the complete optimal lineup. So does that mean that you benched Genty and Tet? Did you go against our advice? I mean, I'm glad it didn't make a difference in the outcome of your matchup, but I still got to know. Did you start or bench Genty and Tet? We got to know here, Michael. Um, let's see. Okay, and then here I'm going to read Michael's comments. He says he put up a couple points shy of 200 in a start nine only league. Good lord, oh man, that's rough. Yeah, there have been a lot of high scores the past couple weeks. And then you say sick. Okay, so yeah, you're sick over it. Yeah, hey, I don't blame you. That sounds pretty rough. Hey, it happens sometimes. Sometimes we just run into a buzzsaw. There's nothing you can do. Let's see. Okay, going back to me. Let's see what comments did I skip over here. Um, let's see. Okay, yeah, the chat jumped around on me a little bit, so let me just find where I left off here. Let's see. Okay, Blake says Broncos and Lions D same tier. That's tough, actually. Okay, you're talking about fantasy defense. Okay, that's what I didn't get. Okay, yeah, that was in the context of what defense to start. Okay, so oh man, that is a tough choice. Yeah. So yeah, Broncos against the Chiefs and their third string QB, Lions against Brosmer. Yeah, you can't really go wrong there. I mean, do you actually own both defenses there? Let's see. Lions are on the road in Minnesota, and the Broncos are they at home or on the road? I think. Oh no, the game's in Kansas City. Gosh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, could maybe the Chiefs get up for this game because like maybe it's Kelsey's like last home game in Kansas City, possibly. I don't know. Is that going to inspire the Chiefs to actually show up in this game? Maybe that's a stretch, but I don't know. Could that give the tiebreaker to the Lions? think I'd lean toward the Broncos. I mean, they've probably just been the better fantasy defense this year. They both have great matchups, but yeah, I can't really go wrong either way there. All right, Blake says Vikings offensive line is on IR, but Denver's D is way better than the Lions. That's a tough one. Yeah, good assessment there, Blake. And then you say Blake says pretty sure the Broncos are the real top pass rushing team. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Let's get it says yeah, Gut says Broncos as in Broncos defense. Yeah, I would agree with you there. Okay, hey, we got some more trolling comments from Jacob here. Um, yeah. We're skipping over the Joik Bell talk. I mean, my God, talk about a blast from the past too. Um, yeah, you say that Joik Bell that you think Joik Bell had 1,000 yard year or something. I mean, maybe, but come on. I mean, David Montgomery is a really good running back. I would not put Joik Bell in the same sentence. But hey, actually, Joik Bell went to Wayne State University. I actually went to journalism school there. So, fun fact there. Um, so, yeah, shout out to Joik Bell. Let's see. Okay, Michael Hart says, okay, yeah, I already read that. Let's see. Okay, we're skipping over. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, not now Jacob's just really talking some trash here. Uh, Oh, actually, no. I misread that. I misread that. Okay, so now Jacob is asking a real question here. He says, at peak ability on the Lions, Gibbs or Barry Sanders? Oh man, I mean, I hate that question because I mean they're just both such incredible players. I mean, to pick one just sounds like a slight to the other, and I hate to do that. I mean, Gibbs might be like my favorite player in the NFL right now. I gotta say Barry Sanders though. I mean, if you're gonna put a gun to my head, I mean it's Barry Sanders. I mean he is the goat of goats to me. I mean Barry Sanders is the reason that I love football. I mean honestly, like, um, I mean when I was growing up, like my dad watched football, and I think my brother maybe even watched a little bit, but like I didn't really like it at first. But I can't remember what happened exactly, but somehow, some way, at some point um, you know, I got to watching the Lions and saw Barry Sanders, and like that's what did it for me. I mean, just like, the most exciting like player ever. You know, I mean, you pull up his highlights. I mean, they just speak for themselves. I mean, he's just like the most like uncatchable player. I mean, anytime he got the ball, I mean, he could just, do things that just made your jaw drop. I mean, just the most elusive player of all time, the shiftiest, the quickest. I mean, he was just on another level. Like, I just feel like, there just will never be another Barry Sanders. Like, you know, honestly, he's probably I mean, he's got to be like my favorite football player of all time. So, got to say Barry Sanders. But man, I mean, Gibbs is unbelievable. No slight against Gibbs. I mean, I think Gibbs could be a Hall of Famer himself at this rate. So, I mean, man, like those guys are both goats to me. I mean, Gibbs could be a goat, if he continues at the rate he's on. So, absolutely love Gibbs. I mean, I've been buying him up everywhere in Dynasty. He's incredible. I mean, I think he's absolutely the best running back in the NFL. I'll take him all day, every day. But yeah, you put a gun to my head, I got to choose Barry Sanders there. But hey, love that question, Jacob. Sorry, I thought you were trolling more there, but hey, that actually is a fun question. So thank you for the question there. And then let's see, we have RJ Plus in the chat. Welcome. You say, is London worth a flex spot this week? Didn't fill with confidence last week, but maybe easing him back in, sweating on Amon-Ra St. Brown too. Yeah, those are both kind of tricky. Yeah, I would absolutely fire up London this week. I think they will ramp him up. I'm sure they were easing him back in. He didn't play the full snaps, only like 69%. I'm sure that'll go up to his usual like 85 to 100% this week. I mean, might not be 100, but I definitely think it'll be north of 85% this week. I think Rams Falcons has a huge shootout potential on Monday night. Probably would be like another Niners Colts type of game. And yeah, St. Brown, that's tough with him banged up on the short week. So who knows if he'll play or not. I mean, he always seems to tough it out. If he does, you probably got to start him. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on reports of that. But I would absolutely fire up London, no question about it. All right, T Walker says, thanks for the advice. Gonna hit the sack now. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Good to have you here. Merry Christmas. Glad I could help. And yeah, good luck in your matchup. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Michael Hart says he scored the high score on the year by like 30 plus points. Just wow. Depressing. Oh man, that's rough. That's rough. I am sorry to hear that, Michael. Okay, let's see. Hey, Tyler Sperry in the chat. Welcome. You ask Schultz or Tongs if Kittle is out. That is an interesting one. Do you also own Kittle? Like, are you able to wait until the Sunday night game and then like play Kittle if he's active and then play Tongues if he's not? Or do you only own Schultz and Tongues? Let me know. But yeah, I mean, if you actually own Kittle, I would probably just play, whatever 49ers tight end is healthy and starting for them. So obviously Kittle, if he's active and starting, and if he's not, then you throw in Tongues there on the Sunday night game. Um, but yeah, if you don't own Kittle, let's say you only own Dalton Schultz and Jake Tongues. In that scenario, yeah, you got to start Dalton Schultz. But yeah, let me know about that though. And then let's see. RJ says, "Thanks, dude. Appreciate it." Yeah, my pleasure. And then let's see. We have Jose in the chat. Welcome. You say, "Good early morning, sir." Hey, well, good morning to you. Good to have you here. Let me know if you have any start sit questions or any questions about anything fantasy football related or otherwise. I mean, heck, we got on some kind of fun life topics in the what stream was that? Yeah, the Saturday, the night stream this past Saturday, and we also got like talking about television, which was like super fun. Everyone was talking about like their favorite television series and like what they're watching right now and making recommendations to each other. So that was super fun. We are starting a new channel called Cinema Savvy. And Blake and I are going to continue our movie reviews there. We haven't done one in a few weeks. I guess we've gotten just so focused on the fantasy playoffs and everything like that. But prior to that, we've been like reviewing like just like a kind of random like movie from the past like every few weeks. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to dedicate a channel to that, and we're probably going to review some like television series on there as well. Like we might review like Dexter's a series. I just started watching Severance finally. Blake's been bothering me forever to watch it. Watched the first episode. It was fascinating. I really enjoyed it. So can't wait to watch more of that. So yeah, we might do a review of the series Severance. And also, I recently watched this 4 episode like mini series show on Netflix called Adolescence, which was pretty cool. And so I think we might do a review of that as well. Yeah, if you guys have any other shows you want to see on that channel, let us know. But yeah, that's gonna be coming really soon. I'll keep you posted on that if anyone's interested. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off here? Okay, Tyler Sperry says schools tongues are strange. Wait, who's schools? Who is that? I was thinking like, is that Schoonmaker? I'm not sure who that is. Schools. Maybe that's a typo. Oh, you probably meant Schultz. Okay, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should learn how to read autocorrect there. So yeah, you probably meant Schultz. Tongues are strange. I'm assuming. In that case, let's see. Let's look at the matchups this week real quick. So yeah, Strange Edo's playing the Colts. Tongues playing the Bears. Those are both good matchups for tight ends. And then let's see, who does Dalton Schultz play this week? Texans play. If I can get rid of this advertisement. Let's see. Who the Texans play? Someone help me out here. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, they play in the Saturday game at the Chargers. So not a great matchup, but Dalton Schultz has been really good. Gosh, that really is a close one. You could probably go either way, with any of those 3 guys there, assuming that is in fact Dalton Schultz, the schools that is. I would go with. You don't want to count on Tongues playing, just in case Kittle ends up being active. So you're probably going Strange or Schultz. I would probably go. I'm assuming Schultz has probably been a little better on the season. Gosh, that is a tough one. I'm going to say Strange just because I really think Colts Jags could be high scoring, but man, that's a really tough one. Wouldn't blame me if you went Dalton Schultz there, but I'll say Bretton Strange for the moment. All right, and Jacob says, okay, last one before bed. Better duo, Megatron and Golden Tate, or Amon Ra and JMO. Oh man, I don't know if I love this question or hate it. I mean that's a great question, but man, that is tough. I mean, oh gosh, that is so tough. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, of course, like Megatron has to be like my favorite receiver of all time. But honestly, like probably like one of my favorite receivers of all time, at least as like a biased Lions fan. But I mean, Golden Tate was incredible. I mean, like I just loved him as a receiver. Okay, I mean, maybe incredible's overstating it, but I mean, to me, he was incredible. Like he was just such an underrated receiver. So good after the catch, so good at breaking tackles, and he was a fun receiver too. I'm using that like a big fan of like the players that kind of go overboard with the celebrations and everything. But what was fun about Golden Tate is like he would kind of like often like celebrate before even like reaching the end zone. I mean, he would just be like hot dogging it, and I don't know, like with him, I actually kind of got a kick out of that. So he was just like a super fun player. Yeah, I love me some Golden Tate. So oh man, that's impossible. I mean, you know how much I love JMO. You know how much I love Amon Ra. Like my God, like I mean, these might be like my four, definitely four of my favorite receivers ever here. But oh man, I gotta go with Megatron and Golden Tate. But oh man, that kills me to pick anyone over Sun God and JMO there. Oh man, great questions, Jacob. I love it. Hey, you're bringing the heat here with these questions. Very fun. And then let's see. Jose says, would you start Harvey at flex, or T Higgins or Ramondre Stevenson at flex? Full PPR championship game. Okay. Let's see here. So let's look at the matchups here. Broncos play the Chiefs. Not usually a great matchup for running backs, but Chiefs might be a little checked out here, so it might be might be a pretty good matchup after all, in effect. And then T Higgins. Who do the Bengals play? Okay, they're home against the Cardinals. Pretty good matchup there. That could be a pretty fun, high-scoring game. And then Ramondre Stevenson. I don't even really care who he's. Oh, actually, wait. Travion Henderson is out, so I guess that's why you're probably considering Ramondre Stevenson a little bit. Let's see. Patriots play. Oh, they play the Jets. Okay, so that's a good matchup. Man, that's a tough one. I mean, those are all pretty good starts this week. I think my gut is telling me. I feel like T Higgins is just like a league winner every year. He always gets hot in the fantasy playoffs. Let's go with T Higgins. But man, that's tough. I mean, you could go with any of those three. I'd probably rank him T Higgins, Harvey, Ramondre. But I think those are all three of those guys are pretty good starts though. So that's a really good one. And then Jose says one more question. PPR league, who would you start at flex between Stefon Diggs, Hampton, DJ Moore, or Ramondre? Need a strong flex on the Super Bowl game. Okay. Stefon Diggs, I don't think I trust. I want to trust him, but he's been so up and down. Like I'm not going to chase the points with Stefon Diggs, and I don't think the Patriots will have to throw as much against the Jets. He's only playing like half a snap, so probably not Diggs. Let's see, Hampton. Who do the Chargers play? They are at home against the Texans. That's not too scary of a matchup. I know they have a pretty good defense, but I feel like running backs have done pretty okay against them lately. So I am not going to be scared of that. I mean, DJ Moore, it's hard to say because I don't know if like Burden and Roma Dunze are going to be out. So ask me that question later in the week. I'm probably going to stream again tomorrow night, and I'll probably also stream probably Saturday night. I don't know, maybe even Sunday morning as well. I don't know. Heck, I mean, we might be doing 4 streams this week. I don't know. We'll probably do at least one more. Well, actually, probably at least 2 more. Yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, ask me later in the week. Ask me tomorrow and or Saturday, because I'll probably have a better answer by then because I'll know whether Luther Burden and Roma Dunze are going to be active or not. But yeah, in terms of how I could answer that now, though, I guess for the moment I'll just assume that Burden and Odunze are healthy. In which case, I would probably go with Hampton there. But I feel like Ramondre would probably be my second choice if all the Bears receivers are healthy. But yeah, that's an interesting question there. But yeah, ask me again later in the week if if you tune in again to one of our later streams. Hopefully you do. Definitely make sure you're subbed and yeah, hit the notification bell so you know when we're live. Yeah, and then you say thanks. Yeah, my pleasure. And let's see. Okay, Tyler Sperry says, oh, sorry, Schultz. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. So okay, so you should be good there. And but yeah, I think I would lean Strange. But yeah, it's close with Schultz though. And let's see. Jacob says, cool answer. Agreed. It's Megatron and Tate. Hey, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but yeah, hey, great minds think alike. Yeah, absolutely. And then Jacob says, my actual real last question before bed. To be honest, I might be passed out when you read this. Would you rather win the Super Bowl next year with Goff or win next year with Stafford somehow back starting instead? Oh my God, Jacob, like these are unbelievable questions here. I mean, I both like love them and hate them. I love them because they're awesome questions and they're very. I like how they're. I mean, they're kind of they're deep. They're you're digging back into the past, the Lions' history. You're definitely speaks to my heart. I love these Lions from the past that you're bringing up. Some of my favorite players ever. I mean, Stafford was so underrated. I mean, he was never fully appreciated in Detroit. I mean, people just basically made him the problem and acted like he was the reason like why the Lions were bad. And it was the most ridiculous thing ever. Cause I mean, I was the contrarian saying like he's the best player on the Lions. You know what I mean? Like, why are we gonna, why are we gonna blame the best player for our team being bad? Like that's like the dumbest thing ever. I mean, he was always so clutch, Stafford. I mean, he had so many damn comeback wins. Like anytime we were down, it never felt like we were out of it. Um, I mean, he had like multiple seasons where he just had like, I remember, shoot, what season was it? I think it was like either like I think it was like 2011 and like maybe the other one was like 2015, something like that. But like both those years, each of those years, he just had like an absurd number of comebacks. I mean, it was just like unbelievable. Um, Gosh, but hey, I mean, Goss my dude right now, but like, oh man, like, I don't think Goss is good as Stafford. So, um, would I want Stafford to come back? I don't know. Goff's younger, so I mean, Goff's a really good quarterback. Goff's underrated as well. Not as much as Stafford was underrated. I mean, people love Goff, but it's just because the Lions are better now. But it's not because of Goff. It's because of better coaching, better general managing, better players around Goff than Stafford. I mean, Stafford had good players, but he didn't always have a defense. He didn't always have the best running game. He didn't always have the best offensive line. He didn't always have the best coaching. He didn't always have the best general managing. So, yeah, great question. But yeah, to answer it specifically, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's such a weird scenario to think of like Stafford coming back. Obviously, that'll never happen. Like, would I want that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of fully in on Goff now. But if you're asking like which is my, favorite Lions quarterback of all time, or at least between the two, I mean, it's absolutely Stafford. He's better. And plus I just got to give him some love because no one like felt like no one in Detroit gave him any love at the time. And but hey, I was one of the few saying like Stafford's amazing. I said like he would win Super Bowls if he went to a better situation. And sure enough, he goes to the Rams. He's awesome. People see it now, and he wins the Super Bowl in his very first year with the Rams. So I am definitely vindicated there. But yeah, Stafford's the man. He's awesome. He's unbelievable. Definite Hall of Famer. All right. Awesome questions, Jacob. I love it. You also say, and Goff would not be on the team. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's what I assumed. Hey, we got Rampant in here. Good to see you. You say Boutte might be out, so I'm starting Diggs over Tet against the Seahawks. Wow, I would not do that. I mean, you got to start Tet. I mean, Tet's a stud. Uh, Coming off a big game. I know Diggs is coming off a big game, but he's been so inconsistent. He only plays like half the snaps. I don't trust Diggs. I don't think the Patriots will have to throw as much against the Jets as they did against the Ravens. So I think Diggs is probably going to be a trap this week. Personally, I would absolutely start Ted against the Seahawks. I mean, don't be afraid of the matchup. Look what Puka just did against the Seahawks. So I mean, I don't care about matchups. So throw the matchup out the window. But even if you did care about it, like Puka just tore apart the Seahawks. So I would absolutely fire up Ted. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Jose says, would you rather have Gibbs and JSN on your fantasy football Super Bowl team or Puka and CMC this week? Oh, wow. What a question. Okay, let's think here. So Gibbs at Minnesota, JSN, I believe, at Carolina. And then we got Puka at Atlanta. And CMC is home against the Bears. I think I'd probably rather go Puka and CMC, but man, that's a tough one. I mean, hard not to answer, hard not to just like auto answer Gibbs because I mean like Gibbs is the GOAT right now in the NFL. But oh man, yeah, I gotta go with Puka and CMC just for scoring fantasy points this week. At least using the matchups as a tiebreaker. And man, can't go too wrong either way there though. I mean Gibbs can certainly put up a 50 burger, and I mean God, I mean JSN can. I mean just about do the same. So yeah, man, that's a good one though. Okay, Rampant says Diggs scored 19 points last time against the Jets. It's an easier game, but yeah, matchup scares me for Tet. Okay. I mean, it is interesting to hear that Diggs had 19 points in the last game against the Jets. I mean, it makes me feel like slightly better, but I'm still nervous about it. I mean, just obviously, just because he had a good game, last time against the Jets, it doesn't mean he's going to do it again. Yeah, I'm nervous about Stefon Diggs. I mean, I'd like to believe he's going to have a good game, but I just don't know. I mean, maybe he could. I mean, hey, if that's what your gut feeling is telling you to do, I mean, heck, don't let me talk you out of it. But personally, I'm just going with like the better player, and I think that's Ted. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could look at like their points per game this year and like see who's been better, but I just trust Ted more right now, regardless of the matchup. And frankly, I'm not even scared about the matchup. But yeah, we still got 6 people in here. If you have any last second questions, now would be the time to drop it. But I am definitely going to try to sign off here if I can. It is late. It is past 5 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, 5:19 a.m. But awesome having all you guys here. Yeah, if you'd be so kind, drop me a like on the way out. Make sure you're sub. We're trying to grow the channel, trying to push to 200 subscribers. So help us get there. Make sure you're subbed. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Probably going to try to go live tomorrow night, even on Christmas Eve. Hey, we take no days off here at Dynasty Savvy, and yeah, I'll probably do a stream also a Saturday night. Trying to help you guys out, make sure that you set the best possible lineups for your so that you can win your fantasy football championships. This is an important time, so yeah, I'm gonna be here as much as possible this week, help you guys out. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.